Hello, good evening, happy December, happy holidays. You are watching Wind Down Wednesday, and I'm your host, Amelia Fortes. And if this is your first time here, welcome to the show. We are here every week, unless I'm tired and I need a break. We are here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, New York time, 6 p.m. Pacific, Los Angeles time. And as you are jumping on live, please say hello in the comments so that I can welcome you and say hi. And if you are catching this on the replay, please give a hashtag replay in the comments. And if you are watching this uploaded on YouTube, thank you so much for being here on my channel. Remember to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you get notified of all the self-love videos we upload every single week. So welcome. If this is your first time on the show, we're here every week, and it's basically the same format. We do a weekly self-love astrology weather report where I talk about some of the aspects that are going on in the cosmos this week. And then we talk about a self-love topic for the evening. And tonight, our self-love topic, it was such a hit last time, and my intuition was like, let's do it again. So tonight we are going to be doing self-love oracle mini readings using my self-love oracle activation oracle cards. So this is an oracle deck that I developed, and we will be using them tonight for our readings. So as you're hopping on, please say hello in the comments. And what else? Usually I like to know what you're drinking tonight. It is Wind Down Wednesday. We are in December. It's getting colder here in New York. It snowed today, y'all. It's December 9th, 2020, and it snowed today. I did not go outside at all, but I did see the flurries outside my window. Today was a really busy day. How are you all doing tonight? Let me know in the comments. If I am shifting a lot, I'm really sore right now. Shout out to Claudine Castro. She's my personal trainer, and she has this new booty baker program. So I'm trying to bake these booties into some peach cake buns, and I'm really sore. So sitting is uncomfortable. Everything is uncomfortable. But hopefully you're feeling better physically than I am. What else is going on? If you are dealing, like right now, at least I know in New York and a lot of cities, especially Los Angeles, COVID rates are skyrocketing. So I hope that you are staying safe, washing your hands, sanitizing, not going out unless absolutely necessary, wearing a mask. It's just courteous, and just being really careful, keeping your immune system up, drinking your vitamin C, taking really good care of yourself, eating healthy, and also taking care of your mental health. Emotion, when we're stressed and when we're really emotional and not taking care of our mental health, our immune system also suffers. So it makes us more susceptible, is that the right word to use, to illnesses and things like that. It's also regular flu season. So just please stay careful and safe and healthy, and do what you can to protect yourself and the people you love. We are in a global pandemic, and I just am hoping that Wind Down Wednesday brings you some joy in the middle of your week. Happy Hump Day! Woo woo! Okay, so like I said, every week we start off with our self-love astrology weather report. So there's a lot going on cosmically. The one thing I want to say about astrology, if you're new to it, or if you're curious, or if you're an expert, wherever you're at, this is just my lens of how I'm seeing what's going on. And I also work with a lot of clients, and so I tend to see a lot of themes in my own life, in my friends and family, as well as in my clients' lives. So I bring that whole perspective to the Self-Love Astrology Weather Report. Plus, I learn from some really awesome astrologers, and so I take the lessons that I learned from them and I kind of bring it all together. But one thing that I do want to talk about today specifically comes from Chani Nicholas. She is one of my favorite astrologers. She's one of the first people I ever started following. She's a New York Times bestseller, and she has like over 300,000 Instagram followers now. But girl, I was following her when she had like 1,000 followers. So I've been following Chani for a really long time, and I just love the way she says things. And she tweeted something this week that I want to share with you all for today's Self-Love Astrology Weather Report. So I'm just going to share it with you here. So this is from Chani Nicholas's Twitter. So we are officially in between eclipses. Take a look at what is ending, what is beginning, and what is at a critical turning point in your life. When in between eclipses, our lives often get realigned. December 14th, so that's Monday, is the next eclipse. It is a total eclipse of the sun in Sagittarius, and it is a big fucking deal. Expect that some things will shake and loose. It's a good time to detox from the energy drains in your life. So just breaking this down a little bit tweet by tweet. So we are officially in between eclipses. So what that means is our last eclipse was on Monday, November 30th, which was almost a couple weeks ago, the Monday after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is something we celebrate in the United States, not all over the world, but November 30th, and it was our full moon. And 2 weeks after the full moon, we have the new moon. So our new moon is on Monday, December 14th, which is the upcoming Monday, and there's also an eclipse. So it's pretty crazy to be in this in-between state. Full moons generally are a really good time to celebrate the fullness. It's like it's the ending of a full cycle. So it's a culmination of sorts. You could think of graduating high school as the full moon of your high school career. And then new moons are great times to set intentions, plant new seeds of what you plan to create in the upcoming cycle. So the lunar cycle is 28 days, and we start with the new moon and we go all the way to the full moon. Well, new moon, then we wax to the full moon, then we wane back again to the new moon. So that's your full lunar cycle. And eclipses are, there's so many things that can be said about eclipses, but I'll just focus on what Chani is saying here. Eclipses are a moment to really notice what's changing in your life, what themes are being highlighted for you, what is, as she says here, what is shaking loose, what is coming up, what is in your face. Now, when I talk about astrology to people, especially people who are new to it or curious about it or don't really believe in it, a lot of times you can feel like, I don't really relate to what these astrologers are saying, or I don't really get it. I don't understand what all of this means. You might even be reading these tweets and be like, I can't relate. So what I want to say about it is, astrology, like a lot of things, it's a practice. And a lot of times astrology isn't so literal and in your face like they are in newspaper clipping horoscopes. Astrology can very much be about the subtle nuances and themes in your life, as well as the literal big deal things. So in order to have a practice with astrology, it really is that you start by being aware of the energies and really seeing how it relates to you through your lens. So sometimes if maybe you're not relating to what I'm saying, it's probably just because you don't relate to my lens or my life experiences. But each planet, each luminary, the sun and the moon, each asteroid, each energetic body has an archetype to it. Each zodiac sign has an archetype. Each house has a theme or an archetype, if you want to look at it that way. And they all like just kind of relate to each other. So it can be a lifelong study or not. But I really just invite you to be open to receiving the information. If you're here watching this, there is something that is here for you. And it's just really, really exciting when you lean into it and see how the whole world opens up. I mean, literally, some of our best astrologers were warning us about 2020, like before 2020, you know, even literally saying that there's a pandemic coming. So I personally am not so familiar with like the sciencey side of it. The science explanations, I relate to astrology more from a very intuitive place, but there are many astrologers out there who are very scientific. One of my favorite ones is the Sky Priestess. I actually interviewed her on my channel. So if you go on YouTube and look up Amelia Fortes and the Sky Priestess, you'll find our video, and we talk a lot about 2020. And when I interviewed her, it was at the end of 2019, so before a lot of us even knew that there was a pandemic coming, and she talks a lot about the themes that we have already been through. So it'll be really interesting to watch that video, which was filmed over a year ago, and to watch it now and see what has transpired. She very much comes to astrology from a scientific lens, and she is wildly brilliant. So go check that out on my YouTube channel. But anyway, back to the Chani Nicholas tweets. This is just an invitation to look at themes that are happening in your life. Likely, it could be in the last 2 weeks, for example. Has something or a lot of things happened that have kind of like smacked you upside the head? You know, like maybe something with a bank charge, or a weird conversation with a past lover, or an intense deepening of a relationship with someone who you're currently close to, like a family member or a best friend, or there are some themes going on at work. Just take a look at the last couple weeks and really see, like, take stock of what has happened in your life in the last couple of weeks that have either triggered you in a big way, like set you off on a rage, or made you really sad, or maybe even triggered you in a really subtle way, like something that happened that had you kind of flinch and say, well, that was kind of weird, or that was interesting. Or look at some synchronicities that might have happened, like maybe an opportunity came across you, and you were just like, oh, like, where did this come from? These seemingly out of nowhere things can often be tied to something that's happening astrologically. So what Chani is inviting us to do with eclipses is really, I love what she says here. Actually, I need to scroll down a little bit in this next tweet. Eclipses move us into the liminal spaces of our awareness. Reality is slightly altered, but what breaks through the surface now is worth taking seriously. So the language here is very, it makes me think of like subtlety. It's like we're at this threshold of our awareness, like ready to break through to a higher level awareness, to level up to something else. And maybe it's in a specific theme in your life. Maybe it's in your career or your business or your love life, or your health and well-being. And this is really just an invitation to take a look at in your life. Pick an area of your life that you feel you're at this threshold, this edge, where like maybe you're getting to a new level of awareness or leveling up to something, and see what's been coming up in that area of your life. what's beginning, what's ending, what beliefs are you ready to let go of, what habits are you ready to let go of, what new you are you ready to step into. This is a really potent time to look at these themes, and don't underestimate how powerful just simple reflection can be. Now, we live in a society that's very like, go, 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 get results, you know, very in our head and literal and like all about production. But especially now, while we're in the Northern Hemisphere going into the deepest, darkest parts of winter, like we are approaching winter solstice, which is like all about going into the depths and the darkness. And it's really a time to practice allowing your awareness to pick up the more subtle themes that are going on in your life. And I always like to think of things as like the inner work and also like the outer work. So the inner work is like your belief systems, your thoughts, and the outer work is like your habits and the things that you're actually doing. So I'll just give an example in my life. Actually, I didn't really think about this, so this is me processing this on the fly. So, okay, take a look at what is ending, what is beginning, what is at a critical turning point in your life. So for me personally, I'll just take a look at, there's two things really. My health and well-being and my love life are like at this threshold. So with my health and well-being, since September, I started doing this really strict diet. Nothing about like losing weight or anything like that, just purely for healing purposes. I did a lot of research around how all these different foods cause a lot of inflammation in our bodies, and inflammation gets exacerbated by stress and just other things occurring in nature, and how inflammation is just generally bad for you, not only for your immune system, but just your overall health. And so I was looking at reducing that inflammation, especially since the inflammation in my abdomen area, I've had like digestive problems my whole life, and that's a whole story, but I won't go into that. And so I really stepped over this threshold of leveling up and letting go of the old ways of eating and cooking for myself and nourishing myself in a very literal way. And I started nourishing myself very intentionally, like having my daily ginger, turmeric, apple cider vinegar tea, celery juice, working out, meditating, just really. And it's not that I didn't have these practices before, but I've been leveling them up to a whole new level and in a deeper way that has been really transformational for me. I mean, my body is unrecognizable to me today. And not only that, from a belief system perspective, I actually love my body for like the first time ever. And even when I was taking gymnastics and working out super hard and dancing a lot on a dance team, and really muscular and fit, I still didn't love my body. So there's a difference between looking good on the outside and actually feeling love for yourself on the inside. And that's really why everything I do and talk about is about self-love. So that's something that I'm at a threshold at. So with this tweet from Chani, I'm taking a look at how I really am letting go of like this junk food all the time, crappy food, eat whatever, don't really think about what I'm going to eat kind of lifestyle, to intentionally nourishing myself in a specific way and intentionally cooking for myself, like embodying love and grace and the archetype of the mother, to really feed myself in a way that's not only literal and physical, but that's also very spiritual and emotional. And it's just been so transformational. And I did have to grieve my old life, you know. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna miss just eating Oreos in my underwear in bed. which I may or may not do that again at some point in my life, but I haven't done that in months. And that was a regular occurrence for me, as embarrassing as it is to admit that. But I kind of was just, yeah, like a junk food, like it just didn't matter to me. And a lot of that came from a really, really deep self-loathing that I had that was so unconscious to me. All right, I'm going to go there. My guides are telling me to go there, so I'm going to go there. I'm going to get real deep. And that came from a need to protect myself by creating extra layers of fat so that I could make myself less attractive, so that I could protect myself from harm from other people, because I was harmed when I was younger. I've had sexual abuse like peppered throughout my life from the time I was 3 years old up until I was in my 20s. So from various people, family, friends, partners of my mom, and my own partners and lovers have also harmed me in various ways. And I realized that on a spiritual level, that translated into my physical body, where I didn't care as much about what I was putting into my body, or like unconsciously I was feeding myself with things that would make me unhealthy, that would make me gain weight so that I could protect myself. Because if I look good, then I'm susceptible to harm from other people. So a lot of my unconscious and conscious motivations were about protection. And now I'm stepping into a place where my motivations for how I feed myself and how I nourish myself and how I take care of my body are a lot more about being healthy and feeling energized and feeling in the flow and feeling connected to my intuition and being able to serve my clients better and things like that. So wow, that got really deep. I wasn't planning on going that deep, but that's where I'm at with this eclipse. And I think I'll save talking about my love life for another time. But if you're interested in hearing about how this relates to my love life, let me know in the comments. But I don't want to share that yet. Okay, so that was a self-love astrology weather report. If you have any questions about that, let me know. I'm going to go into the self-love oracle mini readings now. So if you want a reading, let me know in the comments. If you're not here live and you want a reading, just set an intention, because when I start my readings, I'm going to kind of open up my intuition, and my intention will be to receive guidance for everyone who is here watching live right now, and also everyone who will ever watch this video. So whether you're watching this live or on a replay, this is for you. So just set that intention. And even if I'm reading for a specific person, I like to invite you to use the law of adaptation. Like I said, you're here for a reason. So even if I'm reading for someone else, don't just check out, because there could be something there for you. You're here, this whole thing is for you. So I'm just gonna shuffle the cards and set my intentions to open up my energy. So in this moment, this would also be the time for you to energetically give me permission to include you in this reading. And all you have to do for that is set the intention to do that. If you want a reading, let me know in the comments, and I will do as many as I can until time is up. And hopefully I can do a reading for everyone before the time is up. Okay. I'm gonna just also use some oils. So I'm using sandalwood and frankincense. Sandalwood is really good for connecting to spirit and connecting to source. So I'm just gonna anoint myself with that. Open my third eye. And also put some on the back of my neck. There's actually a chakra here in the back of your neck, and it's the energy here is all about letting go and surrender. So anytime you ever like need to let go and surrender and just like chill the fuck out, You could put your hand on your neck and just breathe. Or it's even nicer if you have someone put their hand there for you and support you with that. My ex and I used to do this for each other all the time. Like when I knew he was stressed out, I would put my hand on the back of his neck and he would just be like, oh. And he would do the same for me. So you can do it for yourself, but you can also do it for your boo. And then I'm also going to use frankincense, which is like, oh my God, literally my favorite oil ever. It's the king of oils, and it's the oil of truth. And it's been helping me so much, just like remove the veils of deceit and bullshit, including like not just bullshit from other people, but including like the bullshit lies I tell myself, like my limiting beliefs, and just revealing the truth. And it's just so good to just rub it and inhale. So just breathe with me and just set the intentions with me. My intention is to call in the spiritual guides and ancestors of all the people who wish to be included in this reading, all throughout the landscape of time, the past, the present, the future, all that is occurring right now in this moment. And if you have the intention to open up your energy to this reading, just go ahead and set that intention now, giving your permission to be included. May the highest truth be spoken through me and be revealed for he, she, they who are listening. Whew. Okay, I'm being told to invite you all to this. So I put an announcement on my Instagram. I'm actually going to do a Winter Miracle Pleasure workshop. I'll put the URL right here. But I'm doing Winter Miracle Pleasure workshop. It's going to be a 2-hour experiential, part dance, part healing circle workshop. We're going to get into our bodies. We're going to listen to music. We're going to reconnect with our pleasure because, honey, 2020 has had a lot of us very disconnected from our pleasure and very disconnected from our joy. And my guides instructed me to do this workshop. So it's happening on Friday, December 18th. But if you want the information, it's right there. And I'll put out a lot more information about it. But yeah, they told me to tell you like right now. So gotta follow the guidance, right? Oh, good. So I decided to pull a card for all of us, just the theme of tonight's readings. So the theme is, and I love this card, and I say that about every single card, but it's a different energy and a different vibe. But basically the card says, congratulations, you are right on time. So the message that the guides and the universe want us to know with this, all of us, is that whatever you're thinking and feeling about being too late to accomplish something, or wishing that you had accomplished something years ago, or wondering, when is it going to happen for me? When am I going to find the love of my life? When is my business going to pop? When am I going to get that career, that dream career? When am I going to let go of my limiting beliefs? Like all of that tightness and pressure, just let it all go, because you are right on time. Like literally right here, right now, in this moment, you are exactly where you need to be. So love you. That's the message for all of us. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yes. Hey, Jeremy. Hey, Jane. Hey, Philippa. Oh yes. White Claw. I love that. Okay. So Jeremy and Carmen and Philippa would like readings. Okay, cool. So let's start with Philippa. Ooh, let's see what the cards have for you. It's so good to see you on, Philippa. Okay. Just go ahead and say your name out loud to yourself, Philippa. Open your energy to receive. And to all of you receiving a reading tonight, I invite you to just receive. Do your best to not go into your head, into analytical mode, just receive. Okay, so Philippa, ready? Ooh, okay, it's a relationship card. And I don't know if you were here last time or you saw the last video, but I hold it up in case you want to like take a screenshot. So I'm gonna hold it up. Hold on, my light is reflecting. There we go. So everything you see is a reflection of you. This is an invitation. The universe wants you to know that take the time, this is like mad specific, but take the time in the next 3 days, up to a week, but the next at least 3 days, to really intentionally, as you're going through life, consider the question, how is this a reflection of me? So for example, let's say you're commuting to work on the subway and the subway's crowded and you're like, oh God, you know, because we're in a pandemic and you're like, oh God, so many people. Why are there so many people or whatever? The way to look at that is like, okay, well, where am I experiencing overcrowding in my life? Ooh, that's good. I feel like that question, I don't know. I channeled that one. That was like, I can't even, that was from them. So if you see a crowd and you're annoyed by it, ask yourself, where am I experiencing overcrowding in my life? And see what comes up. Maybe it could be something very literal as like overcrowding and clutter in your living space. Or it could be overcrowding of thoughts in your mind and you need to like meditate and empty. Or it could be overcrowding of people. Like maybe you need to let some people go. Yeah, so in the next 3 days at least, for the next 72 hours, like they're being very specific, but for the next 72 hours at least, have that intention to look at everything in your life and don't like get crazy in your head about it. Just like, again, receive and walk through life and like, how is this a reflection of me? And see what comes up. And feel free to message me and let me know what comes up. Let me know if this resonates or if you have any follow-up questions. Okay. Ooh, Carmen, that was good. Good. I don't know if you're talking about Philippa's reading, but yeah. If you're just joining, if you want a reading, just comment that you want a reading with emojis because emojis make me feel good. Okay, who's next? Jeremy is next. So Jeremy, you're no stranger to these readings. You know what to do. Just go ahead and breathe. Get really present. Empty yourself of anything you don't need right now. Set the intention to receive. Get out of your head, into your heart, into your body, into your gut. And be open to receive the message. And go ahead and say your name out loud. Smell my frankincense. Ooh, okay. I know you've been working on this, but it's coming up again. So we need to work on it even more. And it's not, just because something comes up again, it doesn't mean you're doing a shitty job. It's just time for the next layer. So it's a relationship card, which is crazy because the other card was also a relationship card. So we're having relationship cards. Anyway, so this is it. I'll hold it up so you can take a screenshot. Strengthen boundaries, tear down walls. I'm trying to straighten it. Okay, there we go. Okay. I know you know what this means. So what do the guides want to say? There are some places that you have walls up that you can soften them a little bit. You've been working a lot on creating healthy boundaries for yourself because you've had a history of not having healthy boundaries. And so you've really been practicing that. And now it's actually time to start to look to see where you can scale it back again, because what they're saying is that there are some walls that are up, particularly in personal relationships, maybe with some friends, I want to say. And it's not even anything like literal necessarily. It could even just be energetic. Like I feel like there's a close friend of yours, a girl, a woman. There's at least one, but I'm feeling two, that there's two close women friends who really want to be able to give you more love than you're allowing yourself to receive from them. So the guides are saying to soften your heart a little bit. And again, it's not like you're doing anything wrong. You're doing actually a kick-ass job at creating boundaries. There's just areas, they're just inviting you to look at where some of those walls are a bit too rigid and not permeable. Because it will help you open your heart even more so you can create more space to welcome in new people. And these are going to be new people, like new clients, new boo things, you know, new dating prospects. But you need to make that room to be able to receive that new energy, because the kind of new, healthy, loving energy that's trying to come in is, you're not accustomed to it because of old patternings. And so when you practice softening your heart around people who already love you and who you're already safe with, that will give your heart the elasticity to open up to the new clients and the new love interests. So, woo, that was dope, Jeremy. Thank you, guides. And thank you for being so open, because that, I wouldn't have been able to channel that if you weren't ready to receive it. So, and I definitely feel like that message was for somebody else here too. So, okay. Okay, Carmen is next. Awesome. Cool. So Carmen, are you ready? If you're ready, say, hey, hey, hey. Yeah, that hit so deep. Exactly, Jeremy. That hit real deep. That was a good one. Yeah. Anyway, so Carmen, just go ahead and say your name out loud. Set the intention to receive. And anyone else listening to this, be open to what's here for you too. Okay. Ooh, this card came up last time. So let's see what the guides have to say for you, but it's a community card, and I'll hold it up so you can take a screenshot. It says, build a community based on your values. So what they're saying is, you already are pretty good at this. So, or really good at this. So there might be like a question mark that comes up, like, my community is dope. So it's not saying anything about that. Like, you actually are pretty good at choosing, especially in friendships and like in your social circle, you are good at choosing the right people and also letting go of the wrong people. But there's something bigger here for you. I feel it. It's crazy because it's gonna sound like, the way it's coming through sounds weird to me, but it's like, I felt like I just got pregnant with like a big possibility. So I don't know if it's career related or like business related, but it's something like professional related. And I don't know if it's something that like you're making money with, or something that you're doing like for the betterment of society, or both. But there's something that you're building. Either you're already building it, or you're gonna build it, or you've been thinking about building it. And it's like, we're ready to be built. So to start putting that intention out there and like literally asking the universe, like, I'm ready for this community of people to gather around me to build what it is that you're seeking to build. There's some specifics coming through. Okay, it's like I see you with like a bunch of people, and you're like in it's like maybe Central Park or like some kind of park. I see like the trees and it's autumn and there's the road and you're all out, like you're gathering like to do something. It's like something for the community, like something kind of like a AIDS walk or a breast cancer walk. It's not that, but it's like something that you created. Either you created the event or you created the company or nonprofit that sponsors the event, or you're part of the company or on the board or something, but there's something that you're meant to create. And they're saying that they're not telling me exactly what it is because you fucking know what it is. You know what it is, and it's something that you've been thinking about, and it's like, go do it. And and maybe you're already doing it, but it's like, let's giddy up, let's Annie up and do it in a big way. And there might be some fears, either unconscious or conscious to you, that you're like, can I really do this? Am I really going to be able to find the people that I need to help me do this? And that's what this card is saying. This card is saying, yes, you will. You already are. They're ready for you. You just have to open up to it. So the thing I like to say, and that they're reminding me to say, is like at a restaurant, are you just going to go to a restaurant and sit there and say, feed me, I'm hungry? Or are you going to look at the menu and place an order? So this is like saying, place your order for the people that you want around you. Like, place an order. Be like, universe, I need this, 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 and this. And I'm ready for it. And this is the kind of person that I want here, and this, this, and this, and this. By the way, if this looks kind of janky, it's because I wash dishes, but I drew a Lilith symbol on my wrist because I'm working with Lilith today. Anyway, that's another story. But Lilith is the dark goddess, and I've been working with her. So, yes, let me know if this resonates and if you have any follow-up questions. Oh, good. I see your comment, Carmen. Good. Yes, yes, you know what it is. And if you want to tell me, because I want to know. If you don't, that's okay too. But you know what it is. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, that was it for everyone who wanted a reading tonight. I'm going to pull a few more cards because there's not as many people on live tonight. But you know, for people who are going to watch the replay, either here or on YouTube, I'm just going to pull a few more cards, like maybe one or two that are just kind of general. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Good. This is awesome. All right. So, general reading for everyone. Be patient. Storms don't last forever. So right now, collectively and individually, we're in a fucking storm. And we're probably feeling like, or a lot of you are probably feeling like, is this ever going to end? Like, and just really think about like some of the worst shit you've ever been through. And in those moments, how you were like, this is never going to end. I'm never going to feel happy again. I'm never going to whatever again. And you did. So this is the reminder there. Storms don't last forever. We will get through this. We will get through this pandemic. We will get to travel again. Things are going to be different because they need to be. So things are never going to go back to normal. So let that go. But we are going to get through this and we are going to be stronger. Some people will perish, and that was their choice. You're not going to perish if you're watching this. You will come out stronger, and this isn't going to last forever. And the only reason why it feels like it's going to last forever is because you're in the middle of it. And so it's not. And then this one, so good. Get support and ask for help. So this is calling for all of us to keep getting better at asking for what we need. It could be from a lover. It could be at work. It could be from a family member. And be willing to be awkward about it at first. I remember when I was learning boundaries, when I was like learning how to date in a healthy way, and I had like my first like super healthy relationship, and I was learning how to ask for what I needed from a partner because I never used to ask for anything. And it was just so weird for me. And I allowed it to be awkward at first. And then I got better. So, and also I feel the message that just dropped in for some of you, maybe all of you watching this, there's something specific that came up right when I said this card. There's someone that you're looking to ask for help and you've been doubting if you can. Do it. That's green light. That's what this is. And then this one, I love when this card comes up. Lean back, surrender, say yes. So this is really a call to, even if you're a masculine man, this is really, or a masculine person, this is really a call to melt away some of the hardness that the masculine energy has been, that you've been accustomed to embodying, and to lean into the softness of your feminine energy. Now, there's so much more that can be said about that, but the details that need to be said about that are kind of individualized. So the guides are telling me to just say that and to let you sit with it. So sit with that. But if you have questions, you can let me know. But also, it's a great segue into talking again a little bit more about the pleasure workshop that I'm having, because this is really what that pleasure workshop is going to be about, embodying. So you can find out more information at this link right here, wintermiracle.selflovestory.com/register. And I will show you the registration page. Well, actually, let me just show it to you right now, because she's cute. So it's going to be a pay what you can, because I know, girl, times are hard, right? So we pay what we can. So what I want to say is, actually, I'll start with this. One of my friends, my dear friends, called me a pleasure activist the other day, and I had never heard that term before. I don't know how long it's been around, but I had never heard that term before. But when I heard it, I was like, I'm a pleasure activist. And she was like, yeah, you are. And my interpretation of that is, I like to smash through the glass ceilings of your oppressive thoughts, belief patterns, and habits that keep you stuck enslaved, if you will, in your old ways, that keep you either staying broke or feeling broke, or having a weird relationship with money, or a weird relationship with love, or a weird relationship with work. There's programming inside your mind, and inside your heart, and inside your body that is keeping you in a state of pain. It's keeping you from pleasure. And so I like to say the best way to get rid of all of that self-doubt, negative belief systems, limiting habits, is to follow your pleasure, to find what brings you joy, and to follow that, because joy will dissipate all of that. And this workshop will be a lot about movement. It's like it says here, part dance, part healing circle, part intellectual strategy, because I know people are like, well, how do I do it? So we're going to talk about the intellectual strategies and the how, but we're also going to move our bodies and to move through music so we can unblock parts of our bodies and our hearts and our emotions so we can open up to receive more. And we are going to commune in a lovely, confidential, safe space and circle, online, of course, and share with each other. And such beautiful healing happens in community. So I was very specifically guided to create this. Like, I was doing my own pleasure practices and moving meditations, and they were like, you're going to do this pleasure workshop. It's going to be part dance, part healing circle, part strategy. It's going to be called Winter Miracle Pleasure. Like all of this was guided. they told me when, so it's Friday, December 18th, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern, 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific. Put it in your calendar. The value of the workshop is $222, and it's pay what you can. So really, what I invite you to do is invest what feels appropriate to what you want to create in this workshop. And I'll just kind of through the page here. What does pleasure mean to you? In a year like 2020, it can feel like we haven't really had access to our pleasure, and there's probably a yearning inside you to rekindle it. And I like to say the greatest enemy against injustice, self-doubt, anxiety of all kinds is having unlimited, unapologetic, instant access to your pleasure. And so that's what I'm going to show you in this workshop. And it's going to be online on Zoom, and it's going to be so, so good and yummy and delicious. And we need it. We really need it. I need it. You need it. We all need it. So I hope to see you there. And yeah, I might pull cards. It'll be very intuitively guided. We're gonna have time to share and all of that, but I would say register as soon as possible, just so I have a good expectation of who's coming. But it's in a little over a week from now. It's next Friday. As you can see how I'm dressed, and you'll get emails about how to prepare, but start thinking about it now if you're interested. Like, think of wearing, because this isn't like a workout, wear clothes that feel good on your body, that you can move in easily. Think about the space in your home that you want to set up, like the yoga mat and the meditation pillow and the candles and the crystals and the essential oil diffusion and all of that. Start thinking about how you want to set that up, because and I am trained to create amazing, deep, transformational rituals like this. I've had years of training in it. It's what my business is built on. Anyone, if you're here and you've been in any of my retreats or my online classes, you can hear from them how deep and transformational it is. And I've done workshops like this before, but never online. So it's going to be, actually, no, I've done it online. But not as often. And so I usually do it when I get the guidance to do it. So this is going to be a very unique experience where we'll get to move together, and things will open up for you. Because what I want to say is, wherever you're blocked in your body is where you're blocked out there. And the more you unblock your body, and it's kind of like what I was saying to Jeremy with his reading around this card, wherever you're blocked in your body is a reflection of where you're blocked out there. So as you unblock your body, as you connect to your pleasure, to your joy in your body, like for you, I'm not talking about like sexual gratification pleasure, although that's part of it. I'm talking about really being connected to what brings you deep, blissful pleasure. It's from that place that you'll magnetize all the money, the love, the opportunities, all of that stuff. So I'm going to teach you how to start opening that up. And it'll be the beginning of an amazing, wonderful journey. So I hope you sign up, wintermiracle.selflovestory.com/register. And thank you so much for being here for the readings tonight. I'm just going to go through, I'll leave this up for a little bit, but I'm going to go through the comments here. Hey, Megan. Hey, Jess. Yeah, I'm done with the readings, but there was some really good cards here. So I would invite you both to watch the replay. Oh, good. Oh, good. Jeremy certifies my advice to wash your hands and sanitize. Oh, it was Philippa that was drinking 𝗿𝗏. Sorry, Jeremy. I thought that was you drinking 𝗿𝗏. What flavor 𝗿𝗏 are you drinking, Philippa? Okay. Well, yes, Jess, watch the replay and yeah, join the pleasure workshop. Thank you all so much. I love you deeply, and I will see you next week for Wine on Wednesday. And I hope to see you at the Winter Miracle Pleasure Workshop. Good night. Have a great day. Let me stop sharing so I can wave. Bye. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit subscribe, click the notification bell, leave a comment. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.